outside now.
We're like warming up because this game's gonna be on fire. The friction.
It's gonna be on fire. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what you did there. Spawning in the top left-hand side of the map, currently on fire, it is Acer's Bly.
And spawning on the bottom position, representing CM Storm, it is the Blue Terran. It is Polt. Captain America himself.
Indeed, indeed. So, we'll see if Bly decides to take an expansion or go for a relatively early pull. He's already got an Overlord on the way, so no super early pulls from Bly coming out here.
Yeah, I mean, a very common build on this map is actually it's the 420 build. It's the quick Ravagers. Mm-hmm. And with the Overlord, since the Overlord does get over to your opponent's base really quickly, you have that high ground advantage to where you can pretty much just hit the depots for free with bile shots, and you force SCVs to be pulled and repaired, and then you could potentially target down the SCVs. But
so you don't have the high ground advantage; you have high ground vision.
Vision advantage, yeah. You take
it's
away the advantage, yeah. Okay. But as we see from Bly, he's just going for a pull into a hatchery, no quick gas or anything like that. So he's looking to play safe, but pretty standard.
Safe for the time being, and more than that, account for Reapers with an early Queen, as if you go for a hatch first into a pool, the Reapers are likely going to get in there and throw a grenade at your drones. So this is pretty cool play by Bly, and in having the Queen earlier, he might be able to get away with maybe making just 2 instead of 4 or 6 links, or even 4 instead of making 6. So we'll see what he decides to do. Actually going for an extremely quick Roach Warren, anticipating the Reaper of Polt. And this is what I love about Bly, is he's always willing to mix it up. Right now he does see that it's not mass Reapers, and he's probably a little bit sad about that, because this build against mass Reapers would just win. But still, the Roach Warren will be able to not just punish the first Reaper potentially, or push it away, but also apply some counter pressure and force maybe at least a bunker, for example, from Polt.
Yeah, I think Polt will definitely get a bunker. I really do like, he didn't get an add-on to barracks. He's producing Marines, knowing that since the rush distance is so close and the potential Roach Warren might come out.
And he's playing Bly.
Yeah, he needs to get, he can't like play greedy and just get an add-on with no units except for the Reaper.
Oh, Bly not on creep with a Queen. That's going to make it so that Polt gets inside. However, he already used the grenade on the Queen. He's just going to use this time to get a full scout and maybe pick off a drone. He will. Very nice control by Polt, and definitely getting a little bit more than that Reaper should have gotten.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we don't see a bunker yet coming up for Polt. So
it is a little bit surprising, especially considering how
getting on the high ground.
Yeah, so he might be willing to lift up the CC. So he's probably just gonna morph it into an orbital. I wouldn't be surprised if this SCV just went straight into his main, and he will, as the great player that Polt is. He's not gonna have any SCVs to get picked off by these Roaches. The Roaches can start chipping away at the command center, but that's not going to make any difference in the long run. So just a really clean play by Polt. Is the bunker going to finish in time is the next question.
The SCV's in a pretty good spot to where it won't get targeted down. SCVs are getting pulled just in case.
Yeah, plain luck there. That SCV could have gotten picked off, so definitely, because you can't predict where the SCV is going to be.
But this is what I was talking about before. Even though they're not Ravagers, the Roaches do have that ranged attack, and they will be able to work at the depots and potentially just force a lift off into
Oh, Polt with a big mistake. Why would you ever drop a mule there?
Probably because it was on the bottom patch, and you thought that Bly wouldn't actually go down in the middle line.
But that seems incredibly greedy. If you want to drop a mule, either you do it in your main base or you wait for it. That's actually a huge pickup for Bly.
It's greedy, but I think Polt would have. I think he just thought that he could get away with it. Honestly.
Right. I mean, that's naturally he did, but I think that's a big blunder by him, because it's
He's gonna force a lift off. Actually, I think he's gonna bait it as Bly's
not just a lift off, but potentially an eventual repair. But Polt now has
a dank.
Yeah, and that's pretty dank. That's
a
pretty good.
Tank.
And actually going to cover the retreat path for Bly, making it so that Bly has to go all the way around the map. With this medevac, Polt will be able to give chase to these Roaches. When the next boost comes in, he will be able to chase him and catch him with the tank. What do you mean?
They're so weak already to the point where it's like, why would you chase them? Because if they went back, if they went back to your to Polt's natural, Polt would already have units there. But
yeah, but you want to kill them because they're units.
Yeah, but you're chasing halfway around the map for them.
Right.
So potentially you could just go and attack. Like the units will come to you if you attack.
Okay, I'll take over. Okay, I'll be Taylor for now. I made a mistake and an error in judgment. Maybe I'm wrong sometimes, and maybe that's okay. It's okay, Taylor. Yeah, maybe we are wrong sometimes, and
Twitch
we're
chat's
all
gonna...
human.
No, I'm just kidding.
Twitch chat should... Taylor, you're a grandmaster player. You know what you're talking about. We can all be wrong from time to time, and there's no problem. There's nothing wrong about that.
But this is a very Bly-esque move. He's going to a really quick Spire off Roach Pressure. He actually does this quite a bit in Heart of the Swarm.
Oh, 3 Overlords already getting picked up, though, and maybe a 4th one. Nope. Actually, that was just 2.
Yeah.
So this is a very strong attack by Polt and a very strong siege position. I'm not sure if Bly even has Ravagers, and I'm not even sure if he's going to make him at all.
Oh, he's making 2 right now.
One with the wrong Roach, by the way. But now he's morphing the weaker Roach. This is going to be so incredibly hard for Bly to break.
Yeah, there's no way for him to actually close the gap quickly to the siege tanks. Speed is just about done, but there's no Zerglings to actually close the distance. So essentially, Paul could just keep kiting back with these tanks, but he's actually getting really good fights. He's picking up the Ravagers, really good target fire from the siege tanks, knowing that the Ravagers are the only thing that can really close the distance and actually kill the medevac besides the Queen, since it is so weak. But yeah, these 2 Marines may not look that scary, but it's forcing Bly to make decisions. Like, he might SCP, or he might drone pull, but this is like, the hatchery is going to go down for sure.
Yeah, the hatchery will be falling. Bly with a muted counterattack, I think he could have controlled those units a little bit better because Polt wasn't actually reinforcing this. This was just harassment type deal for Polt, and getting a hatchery for it is way more than he was expecting. So Bly in a very, very difficult position on the back of Polt's really nice aggression so far. If he can pick off this tank, maybe there's a glimmer of hope for him, but he's definitely in such an awkward position right now.
He showed the Muta too. Like, I think Bly should maybe try to save the Muta for like a surprise tactic kind of thing, because we already see turrets going down. He's getting a 3rd command center, and he's just producing rings, and GG is called.
GG is called. So the reason that they don't look close at all is because Bly was going for the Spire. Like, that's such a heavy investment. It's